We will have a brief discussion on the geography questions that were asked in yesterday's, recently concluded UPSC prelims, that is 2023 prelims. So, we will just go through the questions and answers. Okay. So, consider the following countries. These are the 6 countries they have given, and the question is how many of the above mentioned countries share a land border with Ukraine. Here you have to understand the mindset of UPSC. Okay. First, there are around 190 countries, but why they have asked about Ukraine? That is the point, because Ukraine is in news from the last 5 to 6 months for war. What war? Ukraine Russia war. So, you might be going through newspapers every day that war is happening, some or the other developments. Western countries are trying to sanction Russia. Russia is trying to evade those sanctions and selling oil to India. So, West is unhappy with India, and Indian diplomacy or the foreign minister of India, Jaishankar, defending Indian interests. So, these all things are happening from last 6 months. That is the reason this country is in news. So, how do we answer that? We cannot answer just out of the blue. It is a part of your preparation. So, whenever anything comes in newspaper, any international affairs or anything that is repeatedly coming in newspapers, just like Ukraine, you should always go to your atlas. You should have a broad idea what is happening, why the Russian war is happening. In order to understand why Russian war is happening, what are the apprehensions of Russia, then obviously you have to go through atlas. Then you have to see what Ukraine is surrounded by. Okay. On one side, most of the side it will be Russia, then there is Moldova, then there is Romania, then there is Hungary, then there is Slovakia, then there is Belarus. Okay. So, when you understand the geography or on the map, then you can only answer this type of questions. If you are not thorough or if you are not doing your homework while reading newspapers, you cannot answer. So, for this the answer will be, there is one Romania and then there is one Hungary. So, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Latvia, Lithuania, they do not geographically surround Ukraine. So, the answer will be only 2, right. The next question. With reference to the Earth's atmosphere, which one of the following statements is correct? So, again you should geography, basic geography, 11th, 12th class geography. If you go through the chapter, then you can answer. So, first one is this type of questions you have to eliminate by using your knowledge. Okay. So, which one of the following is correct? Infrared waves are a part, the last option, see the last option, infrared waves are a part of the visible spectrum of the electromagnetic waves of solar radiation. So, you should basically you should have a minimum knowledge of electromagnetic waves, electromagnetic spectrum. So, electromagnetic spectrum, you will have gamma rays, then X rays, then UV rays, then visible spectrum, then X rays, and then IR, this is IR rays, and then there is radio waves. Okay. This is the increasing wavelength. Okay. This much basic idea you should have, increasing wavelength. So, from gamma rays to radio waves, wavelength increases. Okay. So, infrared waves are a part of visible spectrum. Anyone who knows basic science knows that infrared and visible spectrum are different. We human beings watch things in visible spectrum. Okay. But some other like some organisms or some other living organisms see it in infrared. Infrared is heat signatures. If you have seen that movie called Predator, you will understand what is infrared, and night vision goggles, they also work in infrared vision. So, anyone who has a basic idea knows that infrared and visible are not same. So, you can eliminate this, right. Next, these 3. Infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of the insolation. So, by basic knowledge you can remove this. Now, you have 3 options. So, how to eliminate this? Anyone who goes through that chapter on insolation, they can say that the insolation is nothing but incoming solar radiation. Incoming solar radiation generally happens in short wavelengths, mostly it consists of short wavelength. You should know this point. Incoming solar radiation is mostly short wavelength. Now, I said gamma rays, X-rays, UV, visible, IR and radio. So, as you go from gamma to radio waves, what is happening? Wavelength is increasing. That means this has greater wavelength, but I said insolation happens in shorter wavelength. So, obviously you can eliminate this, because infrared is a larger wavelength radiation rather than X-rays and UV rays. Okay. So, insolation happens in short wavelength. So, you can eliminate this option. Now, third option, the total amount of the insolation received at the equator is roughly about 10 times of that of received at the poles. So, how do we answer this question? So, now you have to use your basic common sense. Again, if you study NCERT textbooks properly, this statement is directly given there. Infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor that is present in the lower atmosphere. This is a direct statement from NCERTs. If you have gone through NCERTs properly, you can answer, this is the right answer. So, in NCERTs there is no reference given to the amount between poles and equator, but again remember, insolation happens maximum at tropics, not at equator. Remember this. Okay. Insolation happens maximum at tropics, not at poles or not at equator. So, he is comparing poles with roughly with equator. So, 10 times it happens, mostly 5 times, not 10 times, but this is not present in NCERTs. So, by studying NCERTs you cannot find out. If you had gone through some other material and if it is there and if you remember, then you can eliminate it. Otherwise, this is a direct statement from NCERTs. If you can remember this directly, you can go to this answer. These two you can eliminate with NCERT knowledge. Okay. Now, the next question. Consider the following statements. The soil in tropical rainforests is rich in nutrients. So, you know tropical, equator, then you have tropics, then you have poles. Okay. In tropical rainforest, the soil is rich. The high temperature and moisture of tropical rainforest cause dead organic matter in the soil to decompose quickly. Now, these are two statements. First, you have to find out whether this is true or not. This is a true statement if you have gone through that forest lesson. Okay. Tropical rainforests are very like green, and once they are green, there will be shedding of leaves and lot of microorganisms, lot of animals, vegetation and fauna, fauna and flora will be there. So, this is true. The high temperature and moisture of tropical rainforests cause dead organic matter in the soil to decompose quickly. Yes. Why they are rich? Because there is lot of vegetation, shedding of leaves, there will be lot of moisture because rainfall. So, moisture, there is organic matter, then obviously dead organic matter will be decomposed, and the soils will become fertile. So, both the statements are true, and because there is lot of moisture, temperature, lot of microorganisms, this is leading to nutrients. Because there are nutrients, again the cycle continues. So, this will be the answer. Both are correct, and 2 is the correct explanation for the first one, because there are rich in nutrients. They are rich in nutrients because this is happening continuously. Okay. Now, the third question, next question. Consider the following statements. The temperature contrast between continents and oceans is greater during summer than in winter. Okay. You must be those who have studied like basic, again this is a basic question. So, sea breeze and land breeze. There is a concept, okay, if you have gone through very basic geography, sea breezes and land breezes. So, what happens in whichever, if you, this is a practical thing also, there is no need to even study it, this is a basic school science thing. So, just common sense, if you have gone to Vizag or like any other coastal city, Goa, Trivandrum, wherever, so there is sea and there is land, right. So, during daytime breeze come from sea to land, and during night, so you will be cool, I mean you will be feeling cool in the morning time, and during night time there will be land breeze from land to sea. So, this is all basic physics. Why it happens? Why these breezes happen? Because land and water, both of them have two separate specific heats. So, you must know what the second statement, the specific heat of water is more than that of land or land surface. So, what is specific heat? You again, this is basic question, what is specific heat? Specific heat is the amount of heat energy that is required to raise 1 degree centigrade temperature. Okay. So, these two are different objects, may be made up of different material. So, take a unit quantity, let us take 1 kg of this material and 1 kg of this material. You apply same heat to it, same energy, heat energy to it, both will not raise to temperature. Now, both of them are, let us take both of them are at 10 degree centigrade. You give similar amount of, same heat energy to both of them. After that you measure their temperature, they will not be of same temperature. It may go to 15 degree centigrade, or it may go to 11 degree centigrade, and it may go to 11.5 degree centigrade. So, what is specific heat? Specific heat is the amount of energy, that is heat energy, to raise 1 degree centigrade temperature of a 1 kg body or unit, there is 1 kg body. So, water will take more energy, whereas land will take less energy. That means land will heat very fast, water will get heated slowly. So, that is the specific heat. That is the reason during the summer season land gets very much heated, whereas this is sea is comparatively low in temperature, because it is heated up fast, it is heating slowly. मान लीजिए this has become 30 degree centigrade, it will be around 25 degree or 20 degree centigrade. So, obviously it will be cool, air water will be cool, land will be heated. So, what happens when there is more heat, atmosphere pressure will increase, okay, decrease, sorry, not, it will decrease, because the heated air will raise up. Whatever the air atmosphere that is present near the land surface will raise. So, there will be a low pressure area, whereas on the water the pressure is high, because water the air is not raising, it is raising, but slowly it is raising. So, here there is more pressure, here there is less pressure, atmospheric pressure. So, air flows from higher pressure area to lower pressure area. So, the specific heat of water is more than that of land surface. That is a true statement, because water takes more energy to raise by 1 degree centigrade, and this is the reason that is causing in the temperature differences, the temperature contrast, because land will get heated fastly and water will get heated slowly. That is the giving rise to temperature differences. So, this statement is correct, this statement is also correct, and this is the reason for that. So, the answer will be A. Okay. Basic science, basic geography, not difficult. Consider the following statements. Again, this is basic NCERT question. Okay. In seismograph, P waves are recorded earlier than S waves. That is a basic statement. In a seismograph, you will have two waves, P waves, S waves. P means primary, that itself is saying it will come first, then S waves secondary. So, primary waves will come first, then S waves, direct statement. In P waves, the individual particles vibrate to and fro in the direction of the wave propagation, whereas in S waves the particles vibrate up and down at right angles to the direction of the wave propagation. So, these two statements are directly taken from NCERT. If you have studied seismograph, if you have studied that Richter scale and all, direct question. So, P waves are produced when the particles move like this to and fro, okay. But in the secondary waves, the wave will move like this, up and down, okay, up and down. So, this is a direct statement from NCERT. So, both the statements are correct. So, answer is C, okay. What are P waves, what are S waves? This is a basic in geography, okay. Now, next, with reference to coal based thermal power plants in India, consider the following statements. So, you should always have an idea on thermal power plants, where are they located, like what are the basic requirements of a thermal power plant, you should know. So, that is the question. This question is based on that your understanding of what does a thermal power plant need, okay. None of them uses seawater. So, generally thermal power plants need coal. Just coal is not enough, you need to cool the reactors. So, you need water supply, and your plant should be located near to the coal field, because coal field is in one state and you cannot set up a plant at very far off. That even that is possible, but taking economics into consideration, coal field should be near coal plants and there should be water resources, okay. So, none of them Indian coal thermal power plants, none of them uses sea water, some of them are near sea. Sea water will be taken, they will be purified, desalinated, and they can be used for that. None of them is set up in water stressed districts. Logically, they should not be set up in a water scarce area, but there are some power plants where long canals are dug and water supply is made. So, some of them are there in Rajasthan and all, they are all water stressed district, but some of them are present. None of them is privately owned, there are privately owned coal power plants also. So, all the three are wrong. So, the answer is none, okay. Volvachia method is sometimes talked about with reference to which one of the following. Again, this question is not present, I mean it is not from NCERTs, it is from newspaper reading, okay. So, if you read it, what happens, this is answer is the A, controlling the viral disease spread by mosquitoes. Actually, Aedes aegypti, Aedes aegypti is a mosquito that is spreading diseases like chikungunya, dengue fever and all. So, how to control this mosquito? One way is to use this Volvachia. Volvachia is a bacteria, okay. This can live in insects like mosquitoes. So, if you can take this Aedes aegypti mosquitoes and infect it with Volvachia bacteria, then there will be a competition between this bacteria and virus, chikungunya virus, dengue virus, whatever, okay. So, it will become very difficult for the virus to live in Aedes aegypti. So, the spread of viral diseases comes down, because Volvachia is not harmful to human beings. This bacteria will be present in mosquito, even if it bites, that Volvachia may go into your body, but that is not harmful. But whereas Aedes aegypti, if bites and it is carrying virus, then that will result in chikungunya and dengue type of diseases. So, scientists are working on different methods to control mosquitoes. One way of controlling mosquitoes is using your mosquito repellents, but mosquito repellents are of late, they are chemicals, they are basically chemicals and they are having harmful effects on the like humans. So, they are coming up with new solutions which are eco-friendly. So, Volvachia is one method, and this you can answer only by knowing what is Volvachia method, not by eliminating anything, okay. Even if you are not clear about it, you cannot do it, but if you have heard in the newspapers or if you have basic some knowledge in biology, then you can do it. Okay, this is answer is A. Then consider the following pairs. Again this is basic geography. Okay, sorry. So Cepheids, nebulae and pulsars. Nebulae word is there in geography NCERTs. What is nebulae? Nebulae is nothing but giant clouds of dust and gas in space. If you know this, then this combination is wrong. Then pulsars are nothing but neutron stars. Again, if you have gone through basic knowledge, then no, this is right statement, this is wrong statement and this is wrong statement. Actually Cepheids are nothing but stars which brighten and dim periodically. Okay, but मान लीजिए this let's take this is, I think this word is not there in the basic textbooks that we have studied. Okay, but we know what is nebulae and what are pulsars. These will be there in any basic textbook. So you can know that this is right, this is wrong. So Cepheids, this is actually nebulae is, this is a wrong combination, this is right combination, but still earlier the questions used to be the easy, but now how many of the above pairs are correctly matched? Only one. This is pulsars are neutron stars that are formed with massive stars running out of fuel and collapse. Okay. Nebulae is wrong, nebulae are giant clouds and Cepheids are stars which brighten and dim periodically. So these type of questions you can do only when you have specific knowledge. This you can do, but you cannot eliminate. So you should know what is nebulae and what are Cepheids. If you know what are Cepheids and nebulae, you can do it, otherwise difficult. Next, consider following statements. Jhelum river passes through Wular lake. This is there in the first chapter of 10th or 11th geography, Indian geography. So this is true statement. Krishna river directly feeds Kolleru lake. No, it does not feed. It is present in between deltas of or basins of Godavari and Krishna, but Krishna is not directly feeding it. How do you know? You should have studied it in the rivers, okay, lakes. So meandering of Gandak river lake formed Kanwar lake. This is a true statement. Again you must have studied it. If you have not studied about Gandak river and Kanwar lake meandering process, then you cannot answer this. Okay, we cannot eliminate because these are directly fact based questions. So this is wrong statement, these two are right statements. So 1 and 3. So how many statements are right? Right. So nowadays they are not giving a chance to eliminate questions. You will be able to answer this question only if you have specific perfect factual knowledge. Okay. Next, consider the following pairs. Kamarajar port, the first major port in India registered as company. This is a true statement and you will know only if you have read it somewhere. Next, Mundra port, largest private owned port in India. This is also true. You will know it only when you have read about it in newspapers or in your economic geography. Okay. Next, Vishakhapatnam port, largest container port. It is not the largest container port. Basic sense, most of the largest container port will be on the western side, either Mumbai or some other port. So the largest container port is in Mumbai, not in Vizag. So this also you will understand when you have basic knowledge. The only two statements are correct and the answer is only 2 pairs. Okay. If you know basic knowledge, then you can answer this. You cannot eliminate. Okay. Next, consider the following trees. Again this is directly from forest chapter. Jackfruit, mahua, teak. Which one of the following are deciduous forest? This is dry deciduous. So what are deciduous forest, what are evergreen forest and all, that is again a big thing, proper chapter in NCERTs. So if you can remember those examples from the chapter, then you can say these two are the answers. So the only 2, B will be the answer. Again you should know what are deciduous, what are evergreen forest, deciduous and different types of forest. We have mangrove forest, what are the type of plants you are grown there, then only you can answer this. Next, India has more arable area than China. The proportion of irrigated area is more in India as compared to China. The average productivity per hectare in Indian agriculture is higher than that in China. So, again you have to go to the mindset of UPSC. So, of late India and China are seen more as in the confrontation stage. Okay. So, after Galwan Valley debacle, the attitude of India and China is more of confrontation rather than cooperation. So, that is the reason the question is on India and China. Okay. So, there are many debates in newspapers whether can India become like China, should India become like China, like a superpower, can India become a superpower like China. These are all the various things that go in newspapers and all. So, India has more arable area than China, true. The proportion of irrigated area is more in India as compared to China, that is also true, but the productivity is less. So, this is false. So, 1 and 2, the answer will be only 2. Okay. Productivity, they have better productivity per acre land, they are producing more. This is there in, I think directly in NCERT's basic, but these two, China is huge, but their population is concentrated mostly onto the eastern side. Okay. Western side is not arable. So, India has more arable lands, and the proportion of irrigated area is also because our agriculture, Indian agriculture workforce nearly कितना workforce Indian agriculture में है, almost 50%. Indian workforce 50% or about 50% they are into agriculture, but its productivity or contribution to economy is around 15 to 17%. Okay. So, but most of the people in India, the major occupation is agriculture. So, proportion of irrigated area is more in India as compared to China, because they are huge, maybe they are irrigating more land than us, but proportion to overland, I mean overall land will be higher in India. These two statements are true and this is wrong. Productivity, they are far ahead. Next, which one of the following is best example of repeated falls in sea level giving rise to present day extensive marshland? Bitakarnika mangroves, you should know where are they. You can answer these type of questions only when you have gone through like Karnika mangroves, where are they present, where are they present. So, direct if you know and what is their basis of formation, then you will come to answer Ran of Kutch. This is the answer. So, where are they present, why are they formed or how are they formed, that you should know. Whenever you are studying for in geography, any specific deserts, Thar desert, make it a point, if you see a desert, then try to think why is it formed, why is it formed. Then if you see a marshy plain, then try to think why is it formed marshy, why. Then if you see a freshwater lake, then try to think why is it freshwater. So, that thinking, from that thinking and knowing these examples only you can answer these type of questions. If you do not know where are Bhitarkarnika mangroves, actually you have not at all heard about Marackanam salt pans, then you cannot answer. Even not only you, even I cannot answer if I do not know anything, I mean if I have not heard about them. So, difficult if you have gone through basic geography NCERT textbooks, and these type of things are not, I mean like examples are not covered in NCERT. So, if you have studied only NCERTs, then it is very difficult. And if you have studied NCERTs plus your geography, I mean newspaper type of reading, then it is possible. So, always go for the NCERT foundation, then apply this knowledge and try to build up on that knowledge from newspapers. So, again this is a direct question, if you know you can answer or else you do not know. You should know what are the see ilmenite and rutile abundantly available in certain coastal tracts of India are rich source of which of the following. You should know what are the source of various minerals like bauxite. Bauxite is the source of aluminium. If you know you are okay, but if you do not know what is bauxite, you cannot answer it. So, these type of things, again you should have basic knowledge, study your basic geography, combine it with your newspaper knowledge, then only you will know. If you know directly, then you can answer. Rutile is one ore of titanium. So, iron ores you must know some, copper you must know, aluminium, what are the ores that are present you must know. So, aluminium bauxite. So, for every major industrial product, for every major industrial product, you should know the source of that material, then only you will know it, otherwise you cannot answer it. Okay. Answer is D, titanium. 3/4 of world's cobalt, a metal required for the manufacture of batteries for electric motor vehicle, is produced. Why electric motor? So, again this question gives you the attitude or the mindset of UPSC. So, these are all things that are happening now. I think there is a question on flag code also. There is one question on flag code. Why there is a question on flag code? Try to think. Because recently Khalistani, in the wake of Khalistani movement or uprising, like again rejuvenating of Khalistani movement, in UK, that is in London, some Khalistani supporters have brought down our Indian flag at the Indian embassy in London. So, flag is in news, it was in the headlines for 1 or 2 days, 3 days, Indian national flag. So, from that came the question flag code. So, now most of the industries or most of the countries are going towards electric vehicles, this is the trend. So, there is a question on electric motors, electric vehicles. So, there is no direct question, the question can come indirectly. See, now for electric motor, electric car or electric bike, what is the main component? Battery. Batteries are made up of, then you should know what are the different types of batteries and major batteries, that are lithium ion battery, then where is cobalt? Cobalt comes into picture. So, the mindset is the questions are being asked from the ongoing things, not directly, but in flag code. For example, they have brought down the flag, Khalistani elements flag, there is a question on flag code. Now, see, electric vehicles is the most happening thing. Tesla is trying to come to India. There is a news that BYD, a Chinese company, is also coming to India for the manufacture of electric cars. Now, even many government departments are taking electric cars, Tata Nexon. So, electric thing is happening. So, there is a question on electric indirectly. So, whenever you find something, when you are going through newspapers, if that topic is there, try to do a bit of research onto that topic, not just going through textbooks or listening to classes, just do your own research on whatever is happening in the day to day. Okay. That research mentality should be there for UPSC aspirant. It is not compulsorily that you know everything under the sun, that is not humanly possible, but out of interest when you are going through newspapers, then electric vehicles, then batteries. What is the problem with batteries? When you go through this editorials, you kind of come up with various issues, then do bit of basic research, because nowadays all of us are having data, internet data. So, simple thing, for electric motors battery you need cobalt. Cobalt, from which country the major production or the major production of cobalt happens? Direct question, if you know you can answer, it is Democratic Republic of the Congo. Okay, there are many mines. Which one of the following is a part of the Congo Basin? Again, this is why Congo is in news, there could be reason. Okay. So, Cameroon, this is only again just like the first question, Ukraine question, you should know the basic geography of world geography mein Congo Basin mein what are the countries. If you know it, you can answer, or else you cannot answer by eliminating. So, in this the answer is Cameroon. Congo Basin, the Congo, how the river is passing, one is Democratic Republic of Congo, then there is Republic of Congo, then there is Cameroon, then there are 2 other countries. Okay. This if you know it, you can answer, otherwise you cannot. These type of questions are bit difficult to tackle, because if you know it perfectly you can, otherwise you cannot. Again, Consider the following statements. Amarkantak Hills, basic geography, hills, where are the hills, what are the types of hills? I mean, Indian geography, you should know at what place, what type of hills are there. Okay. Amarkantak Hills are at the confluence of Vindhya and Sahyadri. It's not Sahyadri, Satpura. Basic geography. So, this is wrong statement. Seshachalam Hills constitute the south western part of Western Ghats. Seshachalam Hills, recently in news, where? Pushpa movie, Seshachalam, Tirupati Kondalu, Seshachalam, red, what is that? Red sand. So, these are part of Eastern Ghats, not Western Ghats. So, this is wrong statement. Eastern most part of Satpura range, the second statement is correct. You should know what are Bili. Okay, if you don't know, then it is difficult. Seshachalam Hills, since we are people from South India, we know it. So, this is also wrong statement. This is also wrong statement, and this is also wrong statement. This are part of Western Ghats. Okay, not Satpura range, Western Ghats. Sir, how to tackle these type of questions? Difficult, because if you know, you can. Amarkantak is very famous. So, you should know they are at the meeting point of Vindhya and Satpura. So, it is Sahyadri, no. So, you can eliminate this. And Seshachalam, if you have basic knowledge of geography and if you are following the recent developments, Seshachalam Hills are nothing but Tirumala Hills. Tirumala, Tirupati falls in the Eastern Ghats. So, you can eliminate, this is also wrong, this is also wrong. But this question comes because Giri Rangan Hills, I think they are in Tamil Nadu, okay, near Tamil Nadu. So, if you know this, at least Rangan, this is looking like a Tamil word, Rangan, okay. So, Tamil Nadu, mostly it is Western Ghats, no Eastern Ghats or Satpura range. So, this also wrong. So, all the three are wrong. So, difficult to eliminate because sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work. Just like I said, Billy Rangan Hills, thoda Tamil jaisa lag raha hai, I can take a chance, but I may go wrong also sometimes. But the perfect way to answer is you must have heard this word. Seshachalam is common, Amarkantak is common. This is not common. If you have gone through it and remember, then you can directly do the answer. Otherwise, thoda difficult.
Aspirants who want to start their preparation for 2024 or even 2025 attempt can start their preparation on a serious note with the well-resourced materials of ekamiasacademy, Hyderabad. To purchase these materials, you can call to the given numbers on the screen.